Okay. I don't know whether we're live or not. Now that's got a mute button on it now. Not sure whether I can hear that. I'll just have to turn off the music. And yes, I think we're getting the feed through. Yeah, YouTube has changed everything around on the streaming screen, so I really don't know whether this is working or not. It says live 55 seconds or a minute and the end stream up there, so yeah, okay. Right, I'll just come over here and I'll log into the laptop. Which I have cleaned up this morning to a degree. And we'll set this tripod straight. And maybe. Okay. As I say, they've changed everything around on the streaming thing, so I'm just checking on the phone and my channel and that was last fortnight's, and view channel and live. Now it's not turning up on here yet. It's quite odd. Yeah. Really don't know what's going on there. Go back. Home. Yeah, I wonder if getting a notification. Yep, so it's saying that I'm live. Aha, so it's probably done all the previous videos. Yeah, it is live, but it's still showing the old Panasonic one from a fortnight ago. Yeah, okay. So that's, I'll fix that up. Forgot, did I forget? No, I didn't actually. I've updated that, so it hasn't taken. Anyway, this is a bit impromptu this afternoon. It's a Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock instead of my regular 4 or 5 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon. And that's because last week I was down in Melbourne, or Belgrave. I guess Belgrave is a suburb. At the barbecue, and tomorrow I've got friends coming up for the day. So yeah, Otherwise, I'm not going to get much of an opportunity to do videos for another couple of days. I'm thinking about doing a live stream in the week leading up to Christmas, and or maybe even between Christmas and New Year, do a live stream each day. It'll depend on the weather. It's actually pretty muggy today. It was 32, 33 yesterday, and I think it's supposed to be 31 today, and yeah, 35, 36 towards Wednesday, Thursday. So it's suddenly very, very warm after the 13, 14 degrees we had, actually the beginning of last week. Doesn't mean it stopped raining, because the rain woke me up at 4 o'clock this morning, and it clear. The sky was completely blue when I had my lunch around about 12 to 1 o'clock, and I've just been outside and there is big grey clouds looming. So it's that time of the year. Anyway, you don't want to know all that. Okay, so now I'm clearing up all the mess I left. Oh, excuse me. 14 months ago now, when I became sick, and I came across this Pi. It's an AC table model type 7M SP, and it's an Australian built one. And yeah, so all these bits are going to fall out. So it's one of these with the nice dial on it, multiple band. I think, yeah, it's got a couple of short, few medium wave bands, and a couple of, actually 4 shortwave bands. So the medium wave is, I suppose I better get on camera. Now where am I going to show this? Okay, so it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 medium bands. Then it goes, so there 1, position 1, then it goes position 2, position 3, position 4, and position 5. So 2 to 5 is short waves. I don't know whether you can see on the camera. Yeah, but it's obviously got very hot, and or something's been left on it when it's got hot, and it's been pushed down here. But that's neither near here nor there. I've got the back for it, and it is pretty disgusting. So this is one I want to get rid of, out of the house at least. Found quite a few dead huntsman spiders when I was clearing out the spare room yesterday, so yeah. Now, when I became sick, I left this one hanging, and this is the result. So this is a power on-off switch and volume control. The volume control on this seems quite bad. Doesn't turn the full amount, and it's sort of very junky and jerky. Jerky is the word I'm looking for. And the power switch didn't work either. So I'll bring you around. to the dim bulb. And we'll bring it down. Yeah, that looks pretty crooked to me. Is that better? Yeah. So I'll bring it across to the dim bulb. Yeah. Still got those eucalyptus, honey and eucalyptus drops, which I started weeks and weeks ago. So, yes. Okay. So I turned it on before and I can hear a bit of a hum out of the speaker. Very, very dim. I also did a massive 124 Phillips this morning, and that's got a blown output transformer. It was working, I believe. The people have brought it back. Yeah. And I'm really short on output transformers. Anyway, we'll turn it on. It's on to 30 volts. And as you can see, the dim bulb lights up. Just made a crackling noise. And that's about as much as it does. So the plan is to change the volume pot and switch. Yeah, and because, ooh, that's nasty. This yellow wire was almost touching the chassis. I don't know whether that's the live one. I imagine it is. Goes in through there, yeah. Okay. Right. Now, I don't know how I'm going to prop this up. Yeah, I might have to work standing up. Yeah. Because there's no sides on this. Turn that off as well. Unplug it. So, yep. Yeah. I hadn't thought of that. So can't work down here where it is at the moment. And because there's the ferrite antenna on it, and this plastic thing here, let's bring it down a bit. And across. Yeah. Yeah, so it's got a big plastic piece there. So you can see this plastic piece and the dial. I'm not taking the dial off. It looks like a nightmare to restring. Goes up, yeah. And I don't know whether you can see all that rubbish, but it is absolutely caked in fluff. Yeah. But the chassis actually looks pretty good. Yeah, okay. Might just close this up. That's unusual. It must be loose. Oh, it's not too bad. Oh, okay. Yeah. So this is something I'll have to fix. How can I show you this? So, yeah, so this is, I'm turning the tuning dial knob in the front, and yeah, it's just not engaging. So it might be just the screw there. Although that's pot metal. Yeah. Well, it's not cracked. Sure it will be when I've got to it, but might just... It's actually not a... It's actually got a sort of knurl thing on it to do it hand tight. Just do it up a little. Oh, that one's completely loose. And then nuts coming out of it. Yeah. So, yeah, someone's actually mucked around with this. I'll just tighten it up a little bit, so don't want to tighten that too much, otherwise the pot metal will crack. Yeah, that's done it. That's not actually very tight at all. And it's got a nice big flywheel on the bottom too. Nice heavy one. Okay. Now, turn on the soldering iron. Bring it up to 380, 375. It's got the big tip on it. Yeah, okay. I'll grab my blocks of wood and we'll see if we can prop it up. There's that. Yeah, might better get away with this. It's a bit. Yeah, these are just a little bit too short by the looks of it. On an angle. I'll just stay there. No. This looks a bit precarious, doesn't it? Not on the actual... I'll run a valve, that's why. Ooh, okay. So, move that over there. Don't know whether you can see or not. Yeah, that looks reasonably steady. Move our speaker out the way. And actually that's not, that goes to the, where does that go? That does go, oh, it's the voltage selector, I think, is it? Yeah, so that is live, that yellow wire goes from the voltage selector through to the switch. Okay, Now our first job will be to take all these wires off. Getting a lot of my clip leads back from these radios. Okay, we'll put that down there. Yeah, that's the power into that. We've got the, so that must go on to there. Okay. Right, so we'll leave, this has got 4 connections on it. It's a bit of a nightmare, these connections. We've got, where's that just going to the, all right. We've got a resistor, we've got a capacitor, a little capacitor, got 3, 4 things connected to this. We've got these 2 resistors here. I'm going to have to take a photo of this, I think. Yep. Not too worried about the power switch. That's fairly straightforward. Boy, is this dusty and grotty. I should really be wearing gloves, I guess, but yeah, actually some of those capacitors, ooh, okay, so this one right down here is actually cracked. Half, but it is together, so won't touch that too much. So we've got a capacitor there, there, and there. So it looks like there's only 5 waxies in it. Yeah, okay. So we're going to tackle this. Okay, we'll start at the top and work our way down, I think. I'll have to put some flux on that. Bugger, don't come off. Okay. Let's make a horrible mess if it comes off. Okay. I may as well clean a bit of this off while I'm at it. This stuff is quite expensive, and I normally keep it in the fridge during the summer, but it is, yeah, I didn't put it in the fridge last year, so I don't, but it seems to be all right. Where put my tools away. Needs those. My little pliers, these will do. Right. I don't know how this is twisted around. Looks like. There's no. All right. Solder sucker. Yeah, I'd normally just chop these off, but there's no leeway on these. Don't know whether that's done any good. Might be able to chop that one off. It's got a little bit on it. Put that out. It's twisted around about 5 times. A bit of straighten that out. And of course, this is pretty poisonous, this lethal, this smoke. Come on. Have enough leeway on that, haven't you? See if I can just trim it off very close to the end. Just hope it'll stretch back. Okay. It's going to be hot, isn't it? So we'll take that out. And what have we got here? Got that little one there. We'll just chop that. We've got a bit of a leeway on that one. And got a bit of leeway on that orange one. This actually looks like it's been replaced before, which doesn't bode well for it, does it? Well, that's all going to melt. Just can't quite get to that. We might just replace that anyway. Come on. Okay, got that out the way. Okay. Right, I'm going to chop that. Can always move the volume pot around a little bit. This one, it's just nightmare down here. So what I might do is just chop that off. In fact, what I might do is take these out the way and take those wires off. Then I can start to take out the pot and switch. What am I doing? I can just chop that. There's enough leeway on that. And the 240. Right. Yeah. Here's the spanner. Is it a 1/2 inch one? Some of them are 1/2 inch and some of them are slightly larger, and yeah, good. Oh, this is so disgusting. That's the only thing I don't like about working on these radios is the muck that people have on them, or they've gathered up over the years. Come on. I thought it was loose, but it's not. There we go. Still quite tight because it's got muck on it. I think that's okay. Don't mind working on cars and things because that's just oil, but yeah, this is sort of disgusting stuff. It's all bedroom fluff and kitchen grease and smoke and all that sort of stuff, which we don't fortunately have to put up with anymore. Well, the smoke anyway. Actually, this is a good point. I've only got... Where's that other pot? This has got a four-way thing on it. It's just going to just shape the tone, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, this is only a 3-1. So yeah, the wiper and then the 2 other contacts. But this has the 4th tone shaping one on it. Okay, we'll just chop that off and we'll see if that, and there's the pliers I was looking for. Stuck inside a bigger pair of pliers. I'm just going to cut this off the terminal. Well, yeah, lucky I blinked then. Bits went flying. Another. Right. Yeah, I think we'll get away with that length. This is quite a, well, it's about a centimetre longer. Yeah, so that is down to there. Yeah, I don't know whether J-Car sells the ones with the tone tap on them. This is, in fact, the old one's quite a bit heavier. I guess it's the shaft. The modern shaft is only aluminium. Okay. I'll clean that up. Where did I put my... it's right in front of my face, as usual. Have a drink, Andrew. You always forget. Okay. So, 23rd of July, 1958. Is it the choke or the output transformer? See that? It's basically kitchen grease, I think. Okay. Right. Put this in. It's a bit of a dilemma, this. In fact, what I might do is look through my pots and see if I've got one with 4 taps with a tap on it. And it's not looking promising, to be honest. These are mostly stereo pots. Yeah, they're all stereo ones. I used to do a lot of amplifiers. It hasn't got... That's another stereo with a switch. So that's an interesting one. It's stereo with a switch. But the switch doesn't seem to be working. There's another one. No, the switches don't work on these. No, this is a tone. Not looking promising. Oh, I see. It must be left and right. Anyway. These are little ones. Yeah. But they don't seem to have the tap on them. It's another stereo one. It doesn't have the switch or tap. Yeah, I bought 5 of these from Queensland. And do you think I can find the company again? I think did this have the switch? No, this one doesn't have the switch on it. But I bought 5 with a switch on the back of them. And it's a pull switch. It's sort of pull it in and out. So it's the only way I could get anything to fit inside a healing scales. Everything is so jam-packed into those. Okay, I'm just wondering whether this is going to work without having the tap for that, but it looks like it's all tone control related. And yeah, it's all tone control related. Ugh, it's horrible. And where's the output from it? So that's the input. It's the volume. Goes through there, out to there. Okay, we might be able to get away with it if we jump the tone control for now. So I'm going to put this back in. And that is that one. Okay. Now, that orange wire, and that's way too short now. I think I might better get away with it. That is pretty horrible wire. Yeah, the wind's getting up now. I can hear it. Might be able to get away with that temporarily. I'm going to have to replace the cord anyway. Although it's not too bad on the outside, it's just horrible on the inside, which is... that's really stiff and horrible. Okay. What was I doing? That's right. Stripping that orange wire. There's I think my wire stripper's out in the kitchen. Use this one. This is going to be yeah, horrible old wire, and those things are not great the best of times. Yeah, we know the weather's going to be bad. Is that a warning? Yeah, severe thunderstorm warning. Come on. Yeah. Okay. I think that was in focus. I'll go and get my other wire strippers. Otherwise, I'm just going to shorten that wire. So we're back in one shake of a lamb's what's it. We're back in a mo. Okay, I'm back, but I haven't got the strippers. The wire strippers even. Never mind the normal strippers. Where have I put them? Okay. Yeah, someone at the school I worked at used to get into terrible trouble each year, each semester when we had parent-teacher interviews, because of the end of the year, actually the second half of the year one, and with the year 11s, and so he was another Viscom teacher, and he took the students into places like those very high-end shops like Prada and Dolce and Gabbana, or whatever they're called, and he would tell the parents that he's taking them to the strip shop. And in England and here, that just means a row of shops in a street, as opposed to a big shopping centre like Chadstone or Northland or Southland or Eastland, or there was never a Westland. Wonder why. Yeah, so the parents would sort of go to the principal and say, why is Mr. blah 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 taking our students, promising to take our students to a strip shop? That's horrible. And he'd have to explain that yeah, it's not actually a strip shop as in strippers, it's a row of shops, a strip of shops. Yeah, so that was quite amusing. Now that resistor goes over to the. I take these photos and I can never interpret them later. So that is so that goes across to the third one. This goes, that little resistor thing goes into the middle one, and the yellow and orange go down to the lower one. Okay, so this goes here. Make this. Yeah. Might change that. That's horrible. We've got another piece, little piece up here. Yeah. Right. Put a bit of flux on that. This will probably have to come out, I believe. I think if I'm going to get this working properly. Okay. Put all the tools down on that. Sorry if I've knocked the camera. There's my big buff head. And we've got a little brown resistor thing. And that's actually fallen apart. I'm going to have to get a schematic for this and work out what these actually are. Oh, there's bits of stuff falling off of them. I assume that's going to work. Should stay in there. I assume this is the right resistance, this pot. So I may have just pinched it for the switch. That's the only problem with standing up. The smoke goes straight up into your face. And bend that down there like that. And we've come off. Great. Yeah, that goes across to the tone control. Okay. And that isn't very good. Resoldering. That might be a bit long, that piece of insulation. Nip a tiny bit off of it. Sit there. Yeah, might be able to get the soldering iron down in there. Yeah. Okay. Right. And we've got these. Are they going to reach? Not quite. And that's really stretching that. It's just a millimetre short. It's not ideal, but it's there. Is this one going to reach? Yeah, just. Oh, we've got away with it. Good. Right. Now, we'll see if I really need my wire strippers. Okay. Let's have a look at this. I had quite a few people in and they've all gone home. Sorry about that. Wow. Yeah. Right. Just had a notification about Dave Jones's of EEV blog. His 14-year-old son. And I remember when I was watching that and his son was a little baby. I can't remember his name now. I haven't seen him on the channels for many a month. In fact, maybe a couple of years now, which isn't such a bad thing with kids. Yeah, there's a huge amount of fuss over the 16-year-old under ban. Where did I put those cutters? Not these ones, want the other. Yeah, these will have to do. Now what I'm going to do is something very, very dangerous. I'm going to bypass the switch on the back. Just see if this idea works. This has really gone hard. Where did I put those? Because I was using them yesterday or the day before and I thought it was here. This is impossible. This has gone rock hard. It's still not giving way like the old rubber stuff does. Where are they? I kept meaning to get another pair because they've sort of gone blunt over the years. Wonder if I left them out in the garage when I rewired up the reversing camera. Okay, I'll be back in about a minute and a half. So just give me about 1.5 minutes, 90 seconds. Yeah, back. Yeah, it's beginning to rain out there. It's quite big spots. So I might just chop that end off very close to the edge. make it easier. In fact, if I... That's easier. With the older wire, that's quite hard. You've actually got to push the jaws together. Otherwise, it's just going to slip straight along. And we've got the black wire. Yellow wire, chop that off. It's all manky on the end. Right. The danger begins. Okay, so we'll put this on here and we'll bring this down as far as possible. Don't do this at home, kiddies. If the stream suddenly ends, you know I've blown the circuit breaker. Because half the house, including the heater, is on this side, on one circuit. And sit boo boo sit. And the other half is on of the house is on another circuit breaker. So there's only 2 circuit breakers for the whole house, which I think is ridiculous. But I can't do much about it. Yeah, just should get a RCD for this bench. Right. So here goes nothing. It's either going to go bang or it's going to have the lights come on. Yeah, so I'll bring it right down, bring it up slowly. Here goes nothing. Okay, if it goes bang and suddenly ends, I'll start the stream again when I've reset the breaker. Okay, here we go. Aha! Now we've got lights on here. I don't know whether you can see those or not. We've got our dim bulb glowing a little bit. And I won't be able to show you that easily. This is behind the other side of the radio. And there's another camera which is pointing down that way, but yeah. So I'll bring this up very slowly. we've got up at full volume. We are still plugged in with the speaker. So we're up to 200 volts. Can't hear anything. Hear the wind whistling. It's blowing an absolute gale out there. Yeah, I think it needs that, because it may well be that it's a, just watching this, well, it shouldn't be. This should be the tone control here, and this should be the volume control. But it must have to go through the volume control. And that's thunder. I don't know whether you can hear that or not. Let's bring it up to 220. Yeah, it's not going to do anything. Can't hear anything. So I'll turn all that off. Yeah, how can I bypass the tone control? Right. Have an idea. They actually should bypass the tone control, you know. So that, no, that's going to the speaker, isn't it? Going directly to the speaker. Yeah, that's going down to the going to a valve. Is that a, no, is that the transformer's over here. It's going down into there, which is the output transformer down there. That's the 6M5, I think. Yeah. So, how can we bypass this? So that's going through, move that out the way. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to buy a control with a tap on it. One. It's going off there. That's the center tap. Yeah. Anyway, we can't, if I can't bypass that, what we will do is replace these capacitors. They're really bad. And to do that, I'm going to have to get the schematic, aren't I? Don't know that our books, our schematic books, have got the Pi radios of this era in them. The earlier ones are actually Astor chassis and anything. Yeah. So I'm just having a look. I don't know. Phillips, STC, Stromberg Carlson, Titan. Actually, that's Thunder again. So book 5. It's got some pi in it. So these are the books. This is book 5, going up to book 10. So what model is it? 7 MP 7 MSP. Oh yeah, 7 MSP, page 306. And there it is. Yeah, so 7 MSP, it's got the circuit analysis with all the valve voltages. It's no use testing those at the moment because the caps are absolutely gone. We've got valve-based connections and all the numbers and the diagram. We've got the how to remove the chassis, dial pointer. Yeah, this is pretty comprehensive, this. There's the Type 9. Got one of those out in the garage. Now, now this is going to be very difficult to read. As you can see the size of it compared to my fingernail, and it's not the best copy either. It's a bit dark. You can see the shadowing on there, but this part is pretty good. That's all the switching for the bands, and we've got the first IF or the oscillator, one of the two. And we've got the second IF. We've got the third IF, then we've got the output. Down here, got the rectifier valve. I think, where's the transformer? Where does it come in? Looking over a fair distance away here. We've got the speaker connections. Yeah. Yeah, so we've got this is the mains comes in here. It goes across into the rectifier, through the transformer into the rectifier, out of the rectifier up here and that's our smoothing caps with a couple of resistors across it by the looks of it. Then we come down here and we get to the capacitor. That's really rumbling outside. Yeah, it's these are the two important ones up here. Decoupling caps. Mostly, is that C40? Yeah, I think it is. And C40 is 0.04. Yeah, 0.04 with 200 volts. Yeah. Okay. Now, 200 volts doesn't sound like very high. It doesn't sound like a very high voltage. Although these paper, it does say paper cap. And where is our output valve? One, two, three, four. So it'll be this one here, and is that? Yeah, that's a 04 on there. And that's, so these are capacitors. These the British type ones. Yeah, it's these three that I really want to change. That's out of circuit for the moment, and this is going to be impossible to get to. There's three wires there. This is horrible. So much soft wax on it, really soft, horrible and sticky. And that's got that resistor across it, and that resistor is going to have to be changed. I'm going to cut that out, then go and wash my hands, I think. Although I could do that big one first. Yeah, might do that big one first. So we'll cut this out. And I'll have to turn it over to unscrew it. It's got one of those clamps on it. Unhook this for the moment. Just not untangle it. Turn that around. Can we get to it? Should be able to get to it without upsetting the apple cart. Yeah, that's it. Of course, finding the slot in the screw is going to be 10 times more difficult. So it's slightly rusty and covered in muck. There we go. No. Okay. Shorter screwdriver. I can't see the slot in this. There it is. And it's got so much muck on it. Okay. It's turning. In fact, that's tightened it. Serial number 2054. Don't know how many of these they made. I've seen a few around. And that screw is out. You can see all the muck on and the rust on that one. Ooh, that was a loud rumble then. They're predicting large hail and flash flooding. Or I should say possible large hail and possible flash flooding. Let's see if this will come out. Ugh. It's really stuck. This radio has been very hot. Here it comes. Oh. Yeah. Look at that. That's terrible. Big lump of wax coming out of it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. United Capacitor Corporation Company. So I'm just going to go and wash my hands. What is it? It's a point. There's a bit of metal sticking out of that. Wow. It's probably factory. 0.25. Okay. Going to wash all this wax off my hands. Back in about a couple of minutes. Okay, back. Although they're still sticky. So we need a 0.22, is it? Yeah, 0.22. Right. Yeah. It's about an eighth the size or a tenth the size. Okay. I shouldn't have chopped that off where I did. So now I can't find the ends of the connection where it was, and I don't have a photo. That was dumb, wasn't it? Folks are dumb where I come from. Although that connects across to that. Or is that... Oh, that looks... Oh, it does connect across. What's the point? Oh, I see. It's about 20 things connected into that. So the red wire, that can't be right. If that's good, not going to connect, is it? It does connect. Where's the multimeter? How can that be? There's two wires. The black and the red wire go into the same connection, effectively. Unless they're different bands or something. Yeah, definitely the same connection. And is that the wire? Yeah, that's the one I just chopped off there. So that's all right. Okay. Yeah, we don't need that much on it. Oh, no wonder I'm getting hot. It's 27 degrees in here. How am I going to do this? Not burning those wire. On my fingers. Oh, isn't that melting? Put some flux on that, I think. It certainly stinks. Just can't get down there quite where I want to be. Come on, in you go. Yeah, this has been there we go. Yeah. And put some solder on that. Okay. Now, where did it go? The other side. I should have taken photos, shouldn't I? That goes to that one. Where's the schematic? C26. Is that 460 picofarads? 24. Where's a paper cap? Okay. Yeah, this is really hard to read. So that's the other one. Part of transformer. 0.4 paper, 0.1 paper, 100, 0.4, something or other paper. I can't really make out which one it is. Trimmer 0.04 paper. Looking for a 0.25 paper. 0.1 paper, 0.04 paper, 100 picofarad paper, 0.04 paper, 0.04 paper. I think this is a slightly later set where they've changed it over. I just can't read that. 002. Yeah, I just can't read that. That goes, must be that one. That's yellow wire. So, according to this anyway, that's yellow. Yeah, these have all been changed. And this, they are paper inside. These are plastic cased ones. They could be paper. C28. That's 100. There was the yellow wire off of valve 1. Valve 1 is down there. And there's no yellow wire. Great. Yeah, there's no yellow wires up this end. Orange, blue, red, brown. And there's these black ones. Black and red, orange. And this, yeah. That's a sleeving. The only yellow wire is coming out of the transformer and this one. So, yeah, that orange, what's orange? Can't remember what orange is. 3, so that's a 33 there. And that comes R4. And I can't read that. It's a 30, it's a 330. Oh yeah, so that's a 330. And the 26 is parallel with that. That's that one there. Yuck. Shouldn't have done that. Yeah, that's that one there. So that's 26. So this is, it's got to be 28 of R4. And yeah, 20. 22 ohm. So that's going to be, is that yellow too? Yeah. Red. So 22 ohm. So 33, that's 20. There's a 22 right down in there. It goes to, which pins are it? 1 and 8. Pins 1 and 8. 1 and 8. Or is that 1 and 9? 1 and 9 on the AN7. So it's the grid 2 and 4 and the oscillator on grid 3. And well, there's pin 9 and it goes down to 28. Wish I could read this, but that's only a 100 picofarad mica cap. So okay, where's the mica cap? There isn't one. Great. Now, is that the right valve? So that is definitely 6. Can't quite read that. There's a couple of things in the way. It's even worse. Yeah, something 7. Six A and 7. Yep. So that should have a, according to this schematic, that should have a mica cap on it, but it doesn't. Or does it? 'Cause that goes across. Excuse me. Now that is probably right, but it's an orange wire, not the yellow. So it probably goes up to, oh excuse me, it probably goes up to one of these two mica caps here. So that comes off of pin 1, does it? And that's pin 9, 8. So that's pin 8, which joins up with through that resistor, which goes to that terminal. Pin 8 on that valve is the oscillator. And yeah, this is just a little bit too small and unclear. 1, 7. Is that 8? Oh, it goes, yeah, so that's blue, and it goes to the switch. So that blue wire goes, no it doesn't. Can I see? Yeah, actually I can see where it's, where I've chopped it off. Won't do that again in a hurry. So it does go down to that blue wire, which connects between the IF transformers. So, need that to come around here. Under that resistor. Is this going to be too short? Yes. Everything's going wrong today. It's because it's hot. In fact, I might have to actually change the... Come on. Don't burn yourself. No, I'm not going to be able to do that. I might be able to. This is going to be sold at an HRSA auction anyway. So it's not critical that I have it running for myself. As long as someone buys it and it fails. No, I shouldn't say that. Just joking there. Yeah, that's just tacked in. Yeah. Okay. How many people have we got in? Oh, I've got a few people in at the moment. Ah, yeah, I've had a few people in and out. In fact, 44 views. That's good for a Saturday afternoon on a summer's afternoon here. Wonder what time it is overseas. So minus 10 hours to Greenwich Mean Time in London. So it's 4 o'clock. So it'd be 6 o'clock in the morning. So 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay. Now, which horrible one should I tackle next? There's this one underneath this muck with the resistor attached to it. So orange, orange, brown. Yeah. If they're paper caps, I don't know what they're going to be like. If they're Hunt's ones, they're going to be bloody awful. Or this one down here, which just goes to ground off a pin 1, 2, 3, off of pin 3. And this one, pin 3, is going to be the screen. And so that goes to ground by that. Yeah, R3. Is going to be 330 ohms. Yeah, that's doable. I think I've got 330 ohm resistor. Yeah, the weather's calmed down a bit. Oh, that gum tree over there, the eucalyptus, is actually flowering at the moment. I didn't notice that. Must have just come out. So a 33 resistor, or a 330 I should say. 330 ohm. And that is anonymous. Orange, orange, brown. It's a bit of overkill for there, but won't blow. Is that rain or something's making noise? Yeah, it's raining. Raining quite heavily. Yeah, 326, that's perfect for a 330. And what's the capacitor? 26. And that's a 0.04. Yeah. And where did I put those capacitors which I bought last Sunday? It's only going to be 200 volts on there, so I might use one of these. 0.56 is close enough to 0.056 is close enough to 0.047. Well, that's 0.4, isn't it? 0.04. Where did I put those capacitors? Well, it doesn't matter if the last digit is a little bit high, but yeah, that's getting a little bit out of spec. Where did I put them? I had them in here, I know I did. Grrr. This is what comes from impromptu live streams. Yes, I'm still waiting for my delivery from Mauser. It's been 2 weeks now. I'm getting a little bit worried. But I'm pretty sure it's just stuck in customs. But they bulk ship everything and then they repack it here. Or they used to. Because the Australian office is in Wheelers Hill, which is pretty close to Mulgrave where we have our meetings. It's next. Wheelers Hill is next to Monash University. No? Where did I put them? You idiot. Bought a big bag of capacitors last week at the barbecue. They're not black ones from Carl, but I go through so many 0.047s and 0.1s. I don't know where they are. So I'm going to leave it because I'm not used to this hot, steamy weather. It's been a bit of a shock these past couple of days, weather-wise. Gone from jumpers to t-shirts. Yeah, we know. So, 4 warnings for Victoria. Okay, so there is severe thunderstorm warning for this area and a couple of others around the north. There's a severe weather thunderstorm warning for Geelong and the Bellarine Peninsula, and a squall warning for the bay and the bays, and a marine wind warning. So there we go. Yeah, so Then it gives details. Yeah, so it's 28 degrees in here. Show image full screen, and there's the map we get for all the overseas people. Yeah. Yes, so yeah. Yeah, it's just too hot too quickly to do this. It's getting, as I say, it's 28 degrees in here. Once I get used to it, it'll be all right. But it's so humid, and yeah, we don't very often get humid weather in Victoria. So I'm going to end this stream. Go and have a Bex and a good lie down, and a cup of tea maybe. Yes, so thanks for all the new subscribers. I've had quite a few the last week. In fact, the last fortnight we've had quite a few extras too. And yes, so thanks to those people. And I'm aiming, actually I was just aiming for 750 subscribers by the end of the year, but it looks like we're going to get a few more than that at the rate we're going. Come on. Yeah. 744. And it was only 738 fortnight ago. So yeah, it's been pretty good. Thank you for that. And yes, so if you haven't subscribed and you're watching this, please do subscribe, and please do like this live stream, because all the likes I get and the subscribers means it's like a snowball. Once the algorithm knows you're getting viewers and they're watching for a little while and they're liking the video, yeah, so it'll just promote the channel more and more, and yeah, that's how it works. Yeah, so I didn't concentrate on that aspect of it, although I sort of mentioned a few times in the videos over the years. I'm not really doing this for advertising money or anything like that. I do have a bit of a shop on my website. Yes, so yeah. Okay. I'm losing my voice as well. That's another good reason to stop. Yeah. So thanks again for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking. And I'll see you possibly during the week. I've got friends coming up tomorrow. And then next weekend I'll do... When is Christmas? I think it's the following week, isn't it? Today's the 13th. So next weekend I'll do a Saturday and a Sunday stream, have a break for Christmas, and then in the new year I might do a whole week of streams between Christmas and New Year. Like Graham of Radio Cruncher, he does the whole of December right up to Christmas Day. Yeah, so thank you again, and I shall end the stream now. So bye for now.